That is right, ladies and gentlemen of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Welcome to Sunday Night War, featuring yours truly, the Redeemer T.C. Adams. Not just your Redeemer, but your longest reigning green ticket champion in all of Smoky Mountain's history. I am reaching not 700 days, but 500 days as champion. And you know that I cannot do the show alone. As much as I would love to do the show alone, I have a precious, esteemed guest with me who has a contract signing later tonight. That is yours truly, Brother Ambrose.
I see we have a new Sunday Night War introduction.
Oh, it's so nice. Let's play it twice, shall we? Oh, hold on. We're going to play it twice. For the fans out there, first of all, let's make sure the link is out there for all of our precious guests watching the show, right? They need to be here for it.
I was about to say, you talked about you can't do this alone, but I feel like that's kind of what we're doing here.
All right, here we go. Now everyone should know that it is showtime. Showtime! Let's play the intro one more time because I love it. It's brand new. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, look at Lorenzo Benzo. You have outdone yourself, sir. You have outdone yourself with this new intro. Isn't it beautiful? Brother Ambrose, isn't it beautiful?
It does provoke feelings within the viewer. That is true.
Well, listen. Speaking of the viewers, if you are here live with us watching the show, drop comments into the comment section. Tell us how much you love the new logo, the new intro, and everything in between. We would love to get your reactions to everything that is going on tonight in another exciting episode of Sunday Night War. Brother Ambrose, should we get to the action?
You know, I think tonight's going to be a good night. I think there'll be a lot of action. I think there'll be a lot of twists and turns, as there always are in a war.
JC Renegade, my name's not Mark.
I was about to say, and my name's Ambrose, so I'm not sure what's going on with JC tonight.
Well, he's got a lot to think about as he gets ready for the contract signing.
Although I don't know, I don't know if that's true. If he does have a lot to think about, I was meditating on this earlier, and he's not much more than just a corpse at this point. He doesn't have much going on in him. D-Man Smoke does all his thinking. At this point, is he more than a zombie? So I don't know if he has a lot to think about, but we will see what happens tonight.
We will see what happens tonight. But first up is the debut match of the Dragon Queen versus Chase Havoc. Ooh, look at the graphics on this one too. Woo, this looks phenomenal. And I wish to say that Chase looked phenomenal in this match, but I don't think it really worked out for him. But we'll find out as Chase Havoc came into the match looking for redemption after the Dragon Queen's brutal attack last week. And from the opening bell, it was clear that he was in for the fight of his life. Havoc attempted to use his speed advantage early, prepping Dragon Queen with quick strikes and leg kicks, but the powerhouse barely acknowledged the offense. The Dragon Queen quickly established control, catching Havoc mid-air on a crossbody attempt and planting him with a crushing sidewalk slam. Dragon Queen's sidewalk slams ain't nothing to play with. I'll tell you that. They're devastating moves. From there, the match became a showcase of the Dragon Queen's dominance. She punished Havoc with a corner attacks, massive leg drop, and suffocating bear hug that nearly forced a submission. But to his credit, Chase Havoc refused to quit. And with the crowd trying to rally behind him, I don't see why, Chase found an opening, connecting with an enziguri that finally staggered the Dragon Queen before following up with a desperation DDT and a standing shooting star press for a near fall. What? He's busting out the moves. He busted out the moves.
I am shocked.
Sensing a momentum, Havoc went all in and climbed to the top rope for a 450 splash, but gamble backfired as the Dragon Queen rolled out of the way, leaving Havoc to crash hard onto the canvas. And that is all the Dragon Queen needed. After launching Havoc over the top rope with a military press and sending him spine first into the ring post, the Dragon Queen returned him into the ring and unveiled her eerie dragon walk, stalking a dazed Havoc into a corner. Moments later, she hoisted him high in the air and drove him down with the last rites for the empathetic victory. Listen, Chase didn't even get his leg hooked. Dragon Queen just took her hand like this, she acknowledges, and then put it right onto the chest, nonchalantly on Chase Havoc for the 1, the 2, the 3. Your winner in a dominant showcase, putting that dude to shame. The winner, Dragon Queen. And after the match, Dragon Queen stood over Chase Havoc, sending a chilling message to the entire Smoky Mountain locker room. Thoughts on that match?
I will say, Dragon Queen, clearly the winner here. But in some ways, did Chase Havoc not get a little bit of a win on his own? Because when was the last time that boy was hugged? And tonight, he received a hug from a real life living woman.
That's right. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Listen, we got some comments here. It says $5 if TC Adams falls. Man, get out of here. Get out of here.
Who gets the $5?
Me. I'll fall down if he gives me $5. And then the last here, right here, you could say the Dragon Queen may chase her bitch. Yes, I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. I wish he stood a chance. Then again,
no, well, it doesn't surprise me. He has been riling people up in the locker room, as some of our fans may be aware of, just based on what they've seen elsewhere in social media. He can be a little firecracker, and so it does not surprise me that the Dragon Queen wanted to light him up.
Yeah, and put him in his place for sure. Absolutely. The next match, oh boy, it was a doozy. If I can find the image. Did I not put it up here? I did. I don't see it. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to find the image. Brother Ambrose, tell me about your day as I try to find this image.
Yeah, my day has been it's been a long day. You may hear some of the fatigue in my voice. You may notice that I'm just a little worn down, and it's been a long day as I've been here in the chapel just praying for the soul of JC Renegade, praying that he would live into the legacy that has been left to him rather than straddling the teat of D-Man Smoke. But we are where we're at.
Wow.
I'm praying that he sees the light. And so it's been a full day, but I am excited for this next match. You know,
I'm excited as well, but I forgot to mention at the start of the show, in the main event match, the Redeemed, my boys versus the family, we haven't seen or heard from Kwon Soo all day, so we don't know. And I already know that he ain't showing up because he doesn't even respect his sister.
Which is shocking because it was a full moon last night. I would expect him to be running around.
Well, because he's a little biatch. You didn't hear that from me. You heard that from ESPN. You've heard that from Bleacher Report.
Female werewolf.
Yes, he is a female werewolf. And I hope he just doesn't show up. He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to be there for his family. His family wasn't even with him his entire life. They've abandoned him.
It is an interesting family dynamic that is taking place there.
Right. So who knows and who cares if he shows up? We're going to take control tonight, and maybe, just maybe, I cash this in.
Craig Harris, if I had $5 for every time that TC Adams threatened to cash that in, I'd be rolling in $5 bills.
Let's get on to this next match, shall we? It is Jack Frost versus Alan Cutter. Do you remember what happened last week?
Nope.
Me neither. So that's why we're going to have to look over this match again. But look at this. It's Alan Cutter versus Bubba. Yes, Alan Cutter versus not Bubba. What is going on? It's the whiskey. It's the weed. It's the methyl. It's everything that I can smell coming off of this image alone. There's a lot of it going on. And
got a little bit of the shine right here.
Look at that. See, before the match even begins, Alan Cutter and his tag team partner, Bubba Killings, made sure to get under Jack Frost's skin. Armed with a microphone, Cutter, I don't know why he has a microphone. He doesn't know how to talk. Mocks Jack Frost as a relic from a bygone era.
True.
He knows what bygone means?
Nope.
While Bubba called him nothing more than a stepping stone for the reigning tag team champions. But Jack Frost responds in the only way he knows how. Violence. Pure fashion, toothless violence. That's how he goes. Once the bell rang, Frost immediately overpowered Cutter, throwing him around with a hip toss, heavy strikes, and a thunderous powerbomb that nearly ended things early for the one. The two, but he kicks out. Cutter eventually shifts the momentum by baiting Frost into a trap, faking a knee injury before catching the veteran with a thumb to the eye, and then started targeting the legs of Jack Frost. But with Bubba constantly interfering from ringside, Cutter slowed the pace and picked Frost apart. Tooth by tooth, he picked him apart, looking for increasingly confident as the match wore on. But the confidence turned into a disaster. When Cutter charged in for a finishing strike, Jack Frost exploded with a icicle clothesline. Ooh, I've been on the receiving end of those clotheslines, and they are stiff, ladies and gentlemen. They are stiff clotheslines for the one, the two, but Alan Cutter kicks out. Ooh. And then he goes for it again. He lands a second icicle clothesline on Alan Cutter, and he goes for the referee, goes for the count again. But before the referee can count the three, Bubba Killings storms the ring and attacks Jack Frost, causing an immediate disqualification. Your winner by disqualification, Jack motherfucking Frost. Motherfucking Frost. The tag team champions, though, were not satisfied with simply costing Jack Frost the match. Cutter and Allen launch a brutal post-match assault, drilling Frost with a devastating 3D before setting up a table in the corner. Just as the catastrophe seemed inevitable, the arena plunged into darkness. The lights went out again, as they always do here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. They always go black. And then when the lights returned, a green thick fog rolled over the entryway, and the crowd erupted as the return of Peter Pan. After 3 years away in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Peter Pan has returned. Pan stormed the ring, taking out Bubba Killings before sending Cutter crashing over the top rope with the champions retreating up the ramp. Peter Pan has returned to help Jack Frost and helped him to his feet for the first time in years. Animation Domination stood reunited, and it feels so good. Wow. Peter Pan is back, ladies and gentlemen, in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
You know, it seems like Smoky Mountain has been on fire the last several weeks as we have had returns, new wrestlers debut. We've had old timers come back out of retirement, and I am so excited for where we are as a wrestling federation right now because we are seeing some things happening here. And I've heard quite a bit about Peter Pan, so I'm excited to see to see what he can do, especially being lined up with that snowflake Jack Frost.
Listen, Animation Domination. Like, I don't know if you know this, Brother Ambrose, but you see those tag team titles that are sitting on the shoulders of Alan Cutter right now? Animation Domination held those tag team titles first. Those brand minted new tag titles held them first here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And so I'm sure they want the titles back. The tag team scene has now bolstered with the return of Peter Pan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with it, and I wonder how Jack Frost and Peter Pan feels about Killing Cutter having their sloppy seconds.
Listen, I don't know if I'm not Lorenzo Benzo, but can we see Peter Pan in action next week against Bubba? Maybe
I would enjoy that. Interesting.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Center Point Energy has been taxing. What does that mean?
I think it means that the electricity bills are getting kind of expensive, which is why I don't use electricity. I just let the sunlight come in.
I mean, I use all the electricity in my room, so don't worry about it. It's paying my bills. Okay. All right. I think it's time that we get into these number one contendership matches, shall we?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. The first number one contenders match, I know everyone's excited because, listen, we've seen all these returning people, these debuts, these anticipating things. So the next match up is a number one contenders match for the Hardcore Championship. We got the Mastodon David Hill versus Hayden Six, a believer in the redeemed, even though he got excommunicated. It's okay. I still, in the heart of hearts, I still love Hayden Six.
Okay, stop talking about that. Just tell me, who is the mystery opponent?
Oh,
I've been
my
waiting
goodness.
all week.
I'm so excited for you to say this because, listen.
I need to know what's happening for this triple threat match. Who is it going to be?
What began as a scheduled triple threat match for the Hardcore Championship quickly spiraled into chaos before the opening bell. David Hill, the Mastodon, and Hayden Six waited in the ring in anticipation built around Lorenzo Benzo's promised mystery opponent, and the arena erupted again when the longtime veteran Dante Hardcore emerged, dragging a steel chair behind him, making his long-awaited return to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Dante Hardcore. The fans were chanting, "Hardcore, hardcore, hardcore." And they weren't just chanting about the hardcore number one contenders.
I was going to say, he has a fitting last name.
He does. But Lorenzo Benzo was not finished yet. Just as the referee was prepared to start the match, Benzo appeared again on the stage. He said, "Wait a second, we got one more surprise, one final surprise." And the arena fell dark. Again, the lights went out again. Before the legendary former world heavyweight champion, El Luchador, the masked wrestler, made his shocking return, officially transforming the contest into a fatal four-way. Oh, Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. He is one ugly bastard, I'll tell you that. Even though he calls himself sexy, he is one ugly SOB.
It's ironic.
That's right. All right. Once underway, the match featured two very different battles. On the outside, Dante Hardcore used every inch of the arena to neutralize the powerhouse of David Hill, repeatedly using the veteran instincts in ringside weaponry to keep the bigger man out of the rhythm. Inside the ring, Hayden Six and El Luchador delivered a technical showcase, trading counters, aerial offense, and chain wrestling in a display that had the crowd on its feet the whole time. They were chanting, Six, Luchador, Six, Luchador. I don't know. It didn't make any sense, but they were chanting it. They didn't care about Hardcore or Hill. Hardcore Hill. Lorenzo, you might have another tag team on the horizon there. Hardcore Hill?
That's a good name.
Hey, this is why they pay me the big money for this. Hardcore Hill. As the match broke down, all four men collided in a series of near falls and momentum swings. Dante nearly stole the victory with a hardcore DDT on David Hill, only for Hayden Six to break the pin with a perfectly timed 450 splash. And then the closing sequence came down to Hayden Six and El Luchador squaring off in the middle of the ring. Hayden attempted one final aerial assault from the top rope, but El Luchador caught him midair, displaying his incredible strength before planting him with a slam of sexy. And as David Hill attempted to break up the pin, Dante Hardcore grabbed his ankle from the floor just long enough to secure the 1, the 2, the 3, the winner of the match, El Luchador, the wrestler. After the match, El Luchador offered a respectful hand to Hayden Six, acknowledging the young star's performance in a symbolic passing of the torch moment. Meanwhile, Dante Hardcore left a bloody mark, proving that he is still among the Smoky Mountain Wrestling's elite. Thoughts?
I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm looking forward to this hardcore championship match. I know Craig Harris is very likely paying close attention to all that's gone on tonight, as he's talked quite the game in the locker room to his fellow wrestlers here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and I know it's rubbed some of them the wrong way that he's talked a big game, but he's yet to defend. And I know he's only had it a short time, but I am eager to see what Craig Harris can do now that he knows who he's up against. Now that he knows, and how will their styles mix up? This hardcore champion versus El Luchador. I think it'll either be a masterpiece or a disaster piece, but it's going to be one of the two.
Listen, he has been talking a massive game in the locker room. Craig Harris has. He's been trying to elevate the hardcore championship in levels and ways that has never been seen before. And I respect it. Listen, you hear it from me first, Craig Harris. I respect your game. I respect it. However, you're now dealing with El Luchador, a former world heavyweight champion. Are you able to measure up and defeat El Luchador, the wrestler?
Yep.
Hold on, before you say something, I noticed something in the locker room too with Craig Harris. He was calling out guys like David Hill. He was calling out guys like Hayden Six. He was calling out guys who want an opportunity in Smoky Mountain Wrestling because he knows he can beat them. He knows he can beat them. But can he beat El Luchador, the wrestler?
Well, he will find out shortly, as we all will. And like I said, I am eager to see whether he rises to the occasion, if he elevates that championship, or if he just runs his mouth.
I have an opinion, but I'm going to keep it to myself because Craig Harris, you know what? Never mind, because we got more action to go through. We have another number one contenders match coming up right now as we have the number one contendership for the .com King Championship, a triple threat match that had a lot of contrasting styles, as you can tell from the photo.
Yes.
We also didn't really hear much from Michael Falcon this past week, so I don't know if he was just training aggressively or if it's a match he could care less about.
I can understand that, though. Michael Falcon has that air about him where I think because of the fact that he is a technical wrestler, that he was an amateur wrestler, that he's competed in high school wrestling, collegiate wrestling, and other forms of wrestling. I think he really just wants his wrestling to do the talking for him. So I'm eager to see what he does tonight.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I am just getting over a cold. So let me get a sip of water here real quick.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are staying hydrated as that is an important thing for you. And as you know, I, as your dear brother, care for you. So stay hydrated, stay well nourished, and make sure you sleep plenty at night.
All right. This match barely resembled it is a number one contendership for the .com King Championship, just to be reminded of that. This match barely resembled that. Before Reggie Walker could even make it to the ring, Robert launched a vicious assault from the crowd, blindsiding Reggie Walker, driving him repeatedly into the steel steps and ring post. Robert is showing an aggressive side since that street fight unsanctioned match from the last pay-per-view, Breaking Point. Vicious side, man. Maybe he can come back to the redeemed. Maybe think about it. Anyway, medical officials rushed to the ringside as Walker was stretchered out, effectively reducing the triple threat match into a 1v1 contest. Michael Falcon looked visibly shaken with the brutality, but little time to react as Robert entered the ring in terrifying focus. Falcon attempted to fight back early, but Robert quickly overwhelmed him with a relentless offense. During the exchange, Falcon suffered a gruesome cut above the left eye, blood pouring down his face, and it only intensified the match's brutality. Despite being wounded, Michael Falcon managed a brief burst of offense, connecting with Desperation Boot and trying to rally momentum. However, it was not enough. Robert shut him down with a crushing sidewalk slam before finishing Falcon with a devastating code breaker. And rather than hook the legs, Robert casually draped himself over Michael Falcon's body while staring directly into the camera as if looking into Brandon Buck's soul. And the referee counted the 1, the 2, the 3. Following the match, Robert immediately exited the ring and stood at the top of the stage, staring back at the destruction that he created. No celebration, no emotion, just a cold message to Brandon, the franchise Buck.
What's interesting to me, and one of the reasons that I think Brandon should have a little bit of fear in him, is we just saw that this was for the .com King number one contendership. And just before that, the hardcore number one contendership. And I think that Robert may have been more hardcore than the hardcore contendership match. And so I do wonder if Brandon shouldn't be on the lookout this next week, because that was, I mean, you just saw what Robert did. He lived into the bear part of his name, especially taking out Reggie Walker.
Listen, Robert is a man on a mission, and he will not stop until he gets what he wants. And what he wants is that .com King Championship. I should know. I know everything about that boy. I know everything about him. And he is this is the most aggressive, the most angry, the most focused Robert that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Smoky Mountain Wrestling is ready for Robert.
Yeah. So, quick question though. What's Robert's last name?
Robert?
You just said you knew everything. I just didn't know if Robert had a last name or if it was like a Madonna Prince situation.
Oh, no.
He just had one name.
I don't know. It's Robert.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, we hear from this guy, this fake
The one, the only.
It is KC Luchador. Hello, Smoky Mountain Wrestling fans. Get off my screen, you loser. You're no longer a luchador in my eyes because you got murdered last week by El Coloso, the greatest luchador on planet Earth, El Coloso Americano. Which, I miss him. Where was he this week?
I don't know.
I hope he doesn't have a Brock Lesnar type schedule. I want to see him more than just once every 6 months.
To be fair, though, he is as good as Brock Lesnar, so it wouldn't surprise me if we only pull him out for the big matches. He is that much of an attraction.
Pull him out? Whip the guy out. Whip him out.
Yep.
Whip the big boy out. Let's see him more. Speaking of more, we have a ad to read from Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets. We got an ad read for Hot Pockets. Chase Havoc, thank you for the ad endorsements, Chase Havoc. And this is what it says. The scene opens up. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't have the video for it. Chase Havoc is taping his wrists, looking for an intense before a match. He pauses and grabs his stomach. In this business, weakness gets exposed. Hunger is weakness. A teammate tosses him a Hot Pocket when Chase Havoc needs to stay ready for battle. He reaches for the heat and hits harder than a steel chair. He takes the Hot Pocket out, and now we're talking crispy on the outside. Crispy on the outside, hot on the inside, just like my offense. Chase Havoc is absolutely on fire tonight. And it's Hot Pocket energy, baby. They didn't see his match from before. Oh, it's okay. They did this. They filmed this before it. Havoc goes on to say, "You can come at me with everything you got, but when I'm fueled by Hot Pockets, I bring the heat." Hot Pockets, officially fueled of Chase Havoc and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Heat them up and throw them down. Hot Pockets.
Hot Pocket, yeah.
Thank you again, Chase Havoc, for that wonderful ad read for Hot Pockets. We thank you for the endorsement money. I still think that you are a massive scumbag.
I just like to see that Chase Havoc's ass is getting lit up by both the Dragon Queen and by Hot Pockets.
Yes, absolutely. All right, now I
haven't seen people get their asses lit up. What's next?
Oh, wow. Okay, listen. The match that everyone's been waiting for. It is our main event match of the evening.
Okay, yeah. Main event match. Okay. I thought you were saying the main event. Okay.
I was clear about that.
Continue. I apologize. I am humble enough to realize when I've made a mistake.
Yes, I never apologize because I'm never wrong.
Debatable.
We still haven't heard from Quan Su all night. Still haven't heard from him. We don't know if he's going to show up. Listen, this whole situation is a telenovela drama, and I'm tired of it. And the Queen can't handle it. She can't handle it. You know what can handle the weight of the world? Me. I can handle the weight of the world, and I'm going to prove it tonight in this 6-person tag match, and I'm going to take the world away from the Queen. I promise you, I'm going to take the world away from the Queen. The family entered this match at an immediate disadvantage with Quan Su absence following last week's shocking revelation involving the Queen, Beast Mode, and the Queen were forced to battle the Redeemed without a third person. Sorry, telenovela, whatever. Beast, focus on the match, brother.
That's true. You did say it wrong, and I was gonna point it out to you, but you've already mispronounced a few things that I didn't correct you on. So I figured you were just trying to pull like a Killing Cutter type attitude tonight and just saying words however you want to say them.
Listen, I'm not a luchador. I'm not Hispanic. I am a white dude from the mountains up here in Maine. So listen, I say what I say, and I mean what I say then. So I'm never wrong. All right. Okay. Well, Beast, we don't know if Kwan's going to show up for this match. So the two of you got to focus up after the revelation. It was revealed that the Kwan Su and the Queen are not just siblings, but twins. And who revealed that? Brother, tell everyone who are watching, who revealed that information?
Although they're not a sponsor, Ancestry.com figured that out for us. Thank you, Ancestry.com. We appreciate the good work.
Whoa.
Is not that who you used?
No.
Oh, sorry. 23andMe.
No.
Thank you for the good work that you've done.
I heard this news and information from a trusted, reliable source, not 23andMe, not Ancestry.com, but from a member of the Smoky Mountain locker room. I heard it from someone from inside that locker room. Do you think I'm going to tell you who it is? No, because I'm going to play the game, brother. I'm going to play this game. I'm going to get in the Queen's head and Kwan's head.
At this point, it sounds like it might just be a rumor then.
Oh, it's not a rumor. Did you not hear the phone call that the Queen had with her dad?
I don't know.
Okay. With Kwan Su's absence following the shocking revelation that involved them, the Queen and Beast were forced to battle the Redeemed. Go on, put your hands up. The Redeemed. Despite the numbers disadvantage, the duo came out swinging. Beast Mode used his power to go toe-to-toe with Dump Truck, even managing an impressive follow-away slam on the Giant. Meanwhile, the Queen showcased her athleticism and strength by neutralizing Gully Guns with a thunderous powerbomb. For a moment, it appeared the heart might overcome the numbers, but eventually, the Redeemed took advantage. TC Adams orchestrated a calculated attack, allowing his team to isolate Beast Mode and systematically wear down both opponents to the mat. Dump Truck and Gully Guns overwhelmed the pair while Adams controlled the pace with timely interference. The Queen nearly shifted momentum with a breathtaking moonsault, but Dump Truck quickly cut her off. Later in the match, Beast Mode found an opening and nearly stole the match after drilling TC Adams with a Snapdragon suplex, but Dump Truck flattened him with a devastating running body block. You've been hit with those. They hurt. He thick.
There's a reason he's called Dump Truck.
That's right. He thick. And then that move sent them both crashing to the floor. But inside the ring, the Queen was left all alone. She locked Gully Guns in a figure eight, but Adams broke the hold, and the Redeemed, like a pack of hungry hyenas, circled her for what looked like an inevitable finish. Then everything changed. Kwan Su returned. The lights didn't go out, thank God. Kwan Su returned. The arena erupted as Kwan Su stormed the ring and immediately taking out Gully Guns with a chokeslam before spearing Dump Truck with a shockingly impactful force, almost nearly putting Dump Truck in half. Realizing that the momentum has shifted, TC Adams called for a retreat to regroup, and the Redeem escaped up the ramp. For a brief moment, it appeared like reconciliation between Kwan Su and the Queen might have finally happened, but the Beast had other plans. As Quan Su extended his hand towards his sister, Beast Mode exploded forward and leveled him with a vicious running knee strike, and Quan Su collapsed instantly. The queen stood frozen in horror as Beast Mode loomed over the fallen body of her brother, offering no explanation for his actions. And the match was ruled no contest. And the show moved on with the family more fractured than ever before. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call our receipt. Right? Didn't Quan spear Beast a couple of weeks ago at the pay-per-view? This is a receipt.
I just don't know if I would do that to a wife's brother. I feel like that's complicating the family dynamic there. That's not going to be good at Thanksgiving.
Listen, it's all part of the plan. I've told everyone for the last number of weeks, I am multiple steps ahead, multiple steps ahead of the queen. Her title reign is not going to last too much longer. I am ready, and the plan is falling into place. Oh, I brought this family together, and now I'm going to tear them apart. Are you yawning at me? Let's look at the comments, okay? All right, let's pull these up.
Let's see what we have. What are the
we got Beast Mode saying something hits the ear wrong when I gotta correct it. Listen, whatever, brother. Okay, I'm glad you hit Quan Su. It made me smile. All right, we got the Anarchist is in the ring. Yo, it's me, Chase.
Thank you. In the words of Hayden 6. Don't care.
And listen, I thank you for the ad read, though, brother. I appreciate that.
We do appreciate you, Chase, and what you are able to bring to this federation through your connection and through your love of Hot Pockets.
Thank you for that ad read. He said something else. Damn, Beast dropped him like a sack of potatoes with only knee that matters. That's right. He did. Thank you for paying attention. And then, go ahead.
I don't know that many people that drop sacks of potatoes. Is that a common thing? I know people use that as an expression, but how often are people dropping sacks of potatoes? That'll bruise them.
He's from the Midwest, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's a common thing for him in the Midwest. And I don't want to expose what he does outside of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but it's fitting.
I was about to say, he does make questionable potato choices.
That's very valid. And then Beast Mode comes in here and says, now we're even. Shouting that from the ring or from the ramp too, mind you. Now we're even. Ooh. I smell something coming up on the horizon. The main event for the next pay-per-view crosses my name out. My goodness. Where the heck? Okay, Carnage. Outside of your match, I think another match is brewing. And it might be a triple threat.
I do wonder, though, when B says that now they're even, in the world of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, does anybody ever accept just being even rather than always trying to be on top?
I think you're right. I think you're on to something. David Hill, the Mastodon, my dude. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
JC Renegade, I'm glad you're here, still watching, because you are now going to witness the main event segment of the night, the contract signing between yourself, JC Renegade, and my co-host of the evening, this guy, Brother Ambrose.
Now, what you don't see in this picture here, you see D-Man Smoke up in the corner there, but what is hard to see are the strings that are attached, as really JC is just his puppet, and he's the puppet master. So let's see, JC, if you're able to talk for yourself tonight, if you're able to sign this document for yourself. I know you're excited about this Lights Out match. I'm excited for it. because regardless of whether there's light or whether there's darkness, it takes just one single flame to get rid of that darkness.
I appreciate what you just said. We had to address this match, this thing right here. Hey, by the way, what matches did I miss? I was door dashing. Just got home a few minutes ago. What's that six-man tag match? The opening, what the heck? No.
Look here, Chase Havoc. We are not that type of show. We are TVMA, but for completely different reasons. Violence, not that. Violence, not the sexual stuff. So look here, Chase Havoc. Get your mind out of the gutter. My goodness, Chase Havoc. What are you doing? We're trying to be monetized here.
Don't lose our Hot Pockets ad revenue, brother. And notice that he got his ass beat by Dragon Queen, and now he's door dashing to make up the funds that are missing. I can't believe it.
Lorenzo, pay your people better. We cannot have the opening jobber then go out to deliver Hot Pockets to other people.
Oh gosh. Okay, the contract signing, the final segment of Sunday Night War featured an official contract signing for Capital Carnage. D-Man Smoke entered first, accompanied by an unsettling vacant JC Renegade. Gone with the emotional, conflicted competitor fans once knew. In his place stood a hollow shell of a fully under Smoke's influence. Brother Ambrose entered alone, refusing theatrics and walking directly to the ring with purpose. As the contract sat between them, D-Man verbally mocked Ambrose, promising that in the lights out match, darkness will finally consume him. Ambrose fires back, accusing Smoke of manipulating Renegade and warning that JC that he had simply traded one prison for another. Without hesitation, Renegade signed the contract, and Ambrose followed. The moment the paperwork was complete, all hell broke loose. Renegade launched himself across the table and then in a sudden attack, but Ambrose quickly overpowered him with heavy strikes and a short-range elbows. D-Man Smoke then struck Ambrose across the spine with his skull-topped cane. That blow nearly slowed him down. Ambrose responded by planting Smoke with a devastating rule breaker pedigree, leaving the manipulator laid out in the center of the ring. Renegade immediately retaliated, attempting the Killboy Cutter, but Ambrose countered and tapped him with the vow of silence submission. Just as Renegade appeared ready to pass out, the arena plunged into complete darkness again, and when the lights returned, Smoke and Renegade were gone. Brother Ambrose stood alone in the center of the ring, staring into the empty darkness where his enemies had vanished. Above him, the TVMA logo flickered ominously across the screen. The Capital Carnage match is now set in stone. How you feeling?
I told you, JC Renegade has been a puppet, and I'm here to light the fire that'll break the strings from his puppet master. JC, I am looking out for nothing but your best interest. I know the path that you can go down if you follow D-Man Smoke.
The devil horns tell the story.
And again, we've seen it before. JC Renegade, just hold up your hand. You're telling people that it says, I'm fine. I know that it says, save me.
Ooh. Listen, I can't say that I'm not looking forward to that match because I truly am looking forward to that match. Capital Carnage. What a show, Brother Ambrose. What a show.
What a show indeed.
You know what we should look at again one more time before we close out?
Pull it up.
All right. You ready? Oh, wait. Someone else said. Oh, for the record, I'm not a jobber. Shut the hell up, brother Ambrose, before I slap
Okay,
you.
first off, let's get it correct. He says I'm not a jabber, meaning he doesn't fight people, which is why he opened the show.
Why he got his ass beat by Dragon Queen.
Chase Havoc, we are trying to help you out.
Don't lose their sponsorships, brother. Don't do it.
Again, TVMA is for violence, not for whatever mucho man match you're trying to find.
Sex match, JC. Or Chase, brother. Come on. All right. As we close the show out, I want to bring up this video one more time, okay? It says the autocorrect is making me mad, pissing me off. Yeah, okay, autocorrect. Okay, whatever, dude. This is why you're door dashing, because you lost your match. All right, but look at this. Look at this again. Woo! Oh, come on. Load. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to show it off again as we end our show tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for another exciting episode of Sunday Night War. I am your Redeemer and Green Ticket Champion and future World Heavyweight Champion, TC Adams. This is Brother Ambrose. Hopefully, a future champion here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Only time will tell. But thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you all again next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.